Let's just say this isn't going to be your typical landscape photography video. You're not going to see footage of me doing B-roll where I put the camera down, I record, I walk past the camera, then I have to come back and fetch the camera again. Been there, done that, just not for me. There are so many other photographers who are doing that, and they're doing that an awful lot better than what I would. So why am I recording a video, you probably are wondering. Well, I want to start documenting my photography out here in Australia, but it has to be rough, quick, easy, sort of like a journal where you can just open it, write in a few sentences and close it again. Production value won't be that high, but I do want to try and just bring you on some sort of a journey here in Australia. It is a very different landscape than what I'm used to photographing. However, it's an awful lot nicer than what I expected. Queensland particularly is so green. I can't believe how green it is, and because obviously it gets a lot of rain as well. I expected Australia to be just kind of desert, barren, but I couldn't be further from the truth. You can probably see behind me, I had this church earmarked for some astrophotography, and I think it will make a fantastic subject for the Milky Way. However, I'm here to hopefully photograph a lightning storm, but as the evening rolls on, I think that is going to become less and less. That scared me. That's going to become less and less possible. So we were meant to get some big cells today, but basically it was just too cloudy, and that prevented the heat from penetrating into the earth. And basically when you get those really hot days, sunny days, and then when you get this air mass meeting the heat, they all come into this big boiling pot, and you get these incredible cell storms which I've never seen anything like before. Lightning, heavy rain, hail, incredible skies. We just don't have that this morning or this evening, unfortunately. What we do have is some very nice moody skies, and I'm just gonna see what I get. Already I'm visualizing how I know or how I want this shot to turn out. Behind me here, you can see that's the start of the cell forming. That's off out towards the coast where most of the action is happening at the moment. But look, it's a Sunday evening. I wanted to get out. I wanted to stay local. Nice little lone tree there behind me. I want to stay local. Man has to be up at 4:30 in the morning for work. What has blown me away about the Australian countryside so far has been the amount of incredible trees that are in the fields and are just standing there and haven't been cut down, unlike at home. I've seen some incredible trees. And it's taken me by surprise how nice the landscape is. Yesterday evening, and I'll show the images on screen now, I was at this little hut in lush green countryside, and it was just incredible. I could have been anywhere in the world. Now it's starting to rain, and it's that kind of annoying kind of spitting rain that gets on the lens really easy, but it's not enough to kind of make me want to go back into the car. Okay, that sky is starting to get gnarly now. I'm gonna set up this shot. I'm thinking maybe wide angle, go right up close. Do you know when you get that kind of, I love using a wide angle and going very close up to a subject, and you get that kind of distorted look almost. It looks really good. So yeah, let's set this up. I usually don't photograph churches. This is very creepy. I'm not sure I want to come back here at night time, but let's see how we go. I said I wasn't going to do B-roll. Here you go. Lots and lots of ants on the ground. Big ants. And well, there's an anthill over there that way. And it's weird out here. Like at home, you just take for granted that you can just walk through a field or a forest or go up a mountain and nothing will happen you. In Australia, a lot of things want to kill you. No, that's an exaggeration. They don't at all. That's just like a stereotype. Obviously there's a lot of things that can cause you harm, but just they're probably more afraid of you than you are of them. There's a lone tree here, and to be honest, that's catching my attention more than the church. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that I forgot my lens out for my wide angle, so I can't really put it on because it's going to get all wet in the rain. Anyway, that lone tree here, can't see, is that working? How does my finger go? This way? I don't know, you see it, man, it's over there. Looks really good. Because this cell is actually blocked by the church. You can see it there, really, really nice. But when I go to position where I want to shoot it from, I actually can't see it. So I'm going to try and figure something out. Yeah, we'll see. I forgot my chest mount. Usually I can put the GoPro on my chest and I can just play away then with my camera and stuff, but I forgot that. So I'm gonna have to try and plonk this camera somewhere where it won't get eaten by ants. Okay, let me see. Hopefully the audio is okay on this as well. I've got my Rode mic. This is like the media mod thing, and it's like the built-in mic, so hopefully it's okay. If not, I apologise. There is rumblings of thunder. But like last night again, it was a really nice storm last night, but it was way off in the distance, as in like it was probably a 2.5 to 3 hour drive away from me, but you could still see it. And I did manage to capture one image, but no real incredible bolts. Any storm we've had out here so far, it's just rained so heavy that I literally would have to be inside in the car, and trying to be inside in the car and shoot from the car is difficult because obviously you can't really frame up composition great. But I do hear rumbles of thunder. I just don't think we're going to get that cell that was promised. It's too far north at the moment. But I can see these skies forming, and I really want to try and get this shot. I might just shoot head on actually. Maybe that would look well. I might just go like that. Usually I like to go on a corner, okay? This is why I want to make these videos, try and teach you or give you some little nugget of knowledge. So usually when you're shooting wide angle, I like to go to corner like this, because you can see we've got line here, line, and that really creates a dynamic shot, especially when you're using a wide angle lens, as opposed to shooting something straight on like this, which is also nice, but it's a bit more flat, you know. So that's why I like to go up to the corner or something. Okay, I better stick on a camera now. Sure, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Okay. I never thought I'd say this as an Irish person who didn't really experience that much heat, but I can't wait for the cooler months. The flies are just ugh. I'm shooting this church head on now, so that's what we're looking at. Probably can't see that. Don't think GoPros are great at focusing, but we're going to shoot it head on, and I'm going to dial in f11 ISO 100. I've got my grid set, so I'm going to put this perfectly symmetrical, center line down through the middle of the church, horizon in the upper third, lower third. It's been a while since I've done this. Horizon the lower third, so I get all that sky. I'm at 24mm. I probably will put on my wide angle at some stage, but I'm just being lazy now, to be honest. I'm kind of rushing this, but here we go. Let's go for I don't even need a bracket. Let's just fire that off and see what she looks like. 1/6 of a second. That's quite nice and moody. You can see this sky here looks incredible. Really nice. I'm all alone out here, no surprise reaching out. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm still looking at that tree. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'll pop on a polarizer there in a second, maybe, just to give that sky some more contrast. But like, I spoke about this in a story actually I recorded last night. Post-processing and shooting shouldn't be the same. So let's say, right, each one of these videos I'll try and give you one little tip. This is my tip for this video. Post-processing and shooting shouldn't be separate entities. They should be joined together, integrated. Because what I mean is, when I'm shooting out in the field, I'm visualizing and I'm thinking about what I want this image to turn out like. And that's not just in terms of my composition, but that's also in terms of the post-processing. So when I can visualize how I want an image to turn out in terms of post-processing, I will be able to arrange my composition in a certain way to complement my post-processing style. For example, last night I shot directly into the sun. I use a lot of exposure blending in my post-processing, so I'm very comfortable shooting directly into the sun. And when I have that skill harnessed and honed, it means that I can capture scenes with very, very high dynamic range, which a lot of people might try and shy away from. They often tell us don't shoot directly into the sun as landscape photographers. Yes, because it's very hard to manage. But if you learn how to manage it, then it can become a great way to capture high dynamic range scenes, which are generally more impactful than flat scenes. But that's another discussion. So as I'm shooting this, I know, like, I'm going to be pulling a grad down from the top to create a dark band on the top of the sky. I'll have a nice bright area around the church. I'll create a nice contrast with this cell here, and I can visualize it in my head how it's going to turn out. There you go. That's my little tip for today. See, I'd love to go over there now and shoot that tree, but I'm not going to walk through that high grass, because number one, it's summer, number two, it's Queensland, and number three, brown snakes, and number four, I don't have my gaiters on. So I'm going to refrain from walking through that high grass. Probably would better frame up a shot from this nice short little grass here. But how cool is this going to be for astrophotography though? The Milky Way arches directly over, so that's actually why I had it saved on Google Earth or on my pins. So that's going to be very cool. Is it going to be cool standing out here in the middle of the night? Probably not. That's going to be a bit creepy, but I've been chatting to a few people. Hopefully I'll get some shooting buddies together and we won't have to be out here alone. I'm going to wait and see what this sky does. I don't even know what direction I'm facing. I'm facing east, so I'm not even facing the sunset. Not that there's going to be a sunset anyways, but yeah, I'm facing east, so let's see what happens. It's sunsetting in 20 minutes. If not, I think I've captured a nice image. I've seen a new part of Australia. I've been able to scout out a composition for astrophotography. Successful trip. I suppose when you're shooting images where you have a prominent subject like this, and you also want to emphasize the sky, it's not a case of one should take away from the other, it's a case of one should complement the other. So I tend to use my thirds. I'm not a great man for rules in photography. If you've followed me for a while, you know that I do things backwards, but I would try and use your rule of thirds there in terms of splitting your image into 1, 2, 3. That's why here I have placed my subject in the lower third, and I'm going to use the sky to make up the other 2/3 of the image. That way my subject is nicely balanced and it creates the story of this ominous dark sky. So I want the sky to be the main impactful subject in this image, and I want the church to kind of be the secondary subject. So now, by having the sky dominating the image, we create that kind of balance. And then, by using my grid line here to frame it up, I can create that beautiful symmetry. As you can see, it's after getting nice there now. The cloud has gone a bit moodier. 2-second timer, F11. Boom, that's it, easy peasy. No exposure bracketing, no nothing, just you can actually see my car there in the car. That'll have to be cloned out, and that's pretty nice. That's a success. Yeah, sweet. Don't think anything else is going to happen. There's some nice clouds this way. There's nothing over that tree, which is fantastic. I am very happy to have found this spot though, because it's easy access. I literally parked on the side of the road, walked in. So that's a big check. No walking through snake infested tall grass. It's only 35 minutes from where I'm living at the moment. So I'm working in rural Queensland at the moment until the end of April before I move back to the Gold Coast. So any storms that come in, I know that within 30-35 minutes I can be within a decent location, and I more or less have 360 view, so that's brilliant as well. And number 3, was I on number 2 or number 3? I can't think of a number 3, but yes, big plus that I found this spot. I think I'm going to pack up and head home, but if there was an image, it will be shown at the end of this video. I think I swallowed a fly. Oh Jesus, I think I swallowed a fly. Really enjoying recording on a GoPro, I must say. Like, I'm not being lazy, okay? Maybe I am being a bit lazy, but I don't intend on being lazy. It's more that, like I said, these videos, I literally just want to document my landscape photography as I go through Australia, or as I live in Australia. I don't want it to be this big arduous process where I have to bring a second camera, a second tripod, set everything up. I'm a photographer first, a videographer second. I've always said that, and I've always had that attitude towards any vlogs I've ever made. So this is more just me documenting, quick little journaling, video journaling we'll call it, and it's just to give you a couple of tips as well. I've no interest in getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That ship has well and truly sailed for me. No interest in making money off it. This is just documenting, teaching, and creating imagery. So yeah, Sinead, I'll fire up that image, and hopefully the next time I'm on this, it has cooled down a small bit and the humidity isn't 200%.